New York City. The tall skyscrapers, the unforgettable food, the ungodly smell of sewage, all things the popular destination is known for. But one place you might not know is located in Rockefeller Center itself. And that place is the Nintendo New York Store, the ultimate store that sells all things Nintendo on the East Coast. And one of my favorite places to stop by every time I visit the city. And while it's a treasure to behold, it's not something everyone gets the chance to see, as there's only one located in the entire United States. We got a Nintendo World at Universal, and we're getting a Nintendo store in San Francisco, but until then, that's it. So what are we waiting for? Let's go to New York City. I started my journey to the Big Apple by getting up at 6 a.m., grabbing my camera, and driving to the train station, where a train would take me from New Jersey to Penn Station. You could drive there if you want to, but trust me, you don't want to. I'm just arriving at the train station. I gotta buy a ticket real quick and then get ready to go to NYC. We're gonna go on an adventure, do a bunch of different places, including the Nintendo NYC Store, and it's gonna be great. So I hope it's exciting, I hope it's entertaining, and I hope the lighting isn't too bad in this shot. Soon the train arrived and I began my hour-and-a-half ride to New York City. It wasn't glamorous, but I got a decent view of the ocean while waiting. While past me waits to go into the city, how about we go into the history of the Nintendo New York Store? Did you know it wasn't always called the Nintendo Store? In fact, the store opened all the way back in 2001 and was originally a Pokemon Center. Yes, exclusively selling Pokemon merch of all kinds, it had the Pokemon Center name and brand from its opening until 2005, when the store closed down for remodeling, where it rebranded from the Pokemon Center to the Nintendo Store we know and love today. From PokemonCenterNYC.com, the decision to change the store stemmed from Pokemon and Nintendo's efforts to continually evolve and nurture interest in video games and gaming platforms and systems, including Pokemon games and trading cards. While Nintendo gave this as the reason for the change, the same site lists that employees weren't exactly happy with how Pokemon was handling the building, with reports of inventory being stolen and workers not acting up with standards. Scandalous. So goodbye Pokemon Center and hello Nintendo, which opened in May of 2005 as the Nintendo World Store, and then later changed their name to Nintendo NYC in 2016. It became a huge landmark for the Nintendo company itself in the United States. Games were launched here, and they did all sorts of special events. Usually, if the gaming company had something new to announce or something planned, it would have happened at Nintendo NYC. Like this opening they did to celebrate Mario Odyssey, where they did a flash mob right in Nintendo New York City. It's really cool that they did that, and that's just one of the many examples of things that they did at the Nintendo Store to celebrate their games. Speaking of, let's get back to the video. I arrive at the city and meet up with my friend Mooney, and we enjoyed a stroll through Central Park. It was absolutely beautiful, but at the same time, very hot. If you ever go to Central Park in the daytime in summer, make sure to drink water and wear sunscreen because you'll be sweating and or burning. Here we are in Central Park with my friend Mooney, who is not going to be in the shot because she doesn't want to be. That's okay. Visit a couple other places, including the zoo. The zoo, right? Yeah. And we're going to go to Nintendo World. What game do you want to get?
I don't know.
While our main destination was Nintendo, however, it's New York City, baby! Even though it's a train ride away, I only go once a year if I'm lucky because of money and time. So I'm going to make the most of this trip. There were quite a few stops on our way to the grand gaming destination, so if you want to go straight to that, timestamp's right here. But if you want to detour with cute animals and food too, let's go! I use this joke again. Our first stop was the Central Park Zoo, my first time visiting that zoo. To this point, everything I knew about the Central Park Zoo was through Madagascar. Not the most accurate representation. There were so many exhibits with some of the most awesome animals I've ever seen. Toucans, monkeys, the snow leopards, oh my, red pandas, sea lions, and bears? I don't know. Look at these majestic sea lions, swimming in the water, posing on the rock like the boss he is. My favorite exhibit, though, had to be the penguins. Not just because the exhibit had air conditioning, but also because of these guys. They were super adorable with all sorts of different types. They're just so cute and cuddly. I could watch these guys swim around for hours. It was really cool seeing these animals up close. While these weren't Nintendo games, animals do inspire a lot of Nintendo's IPs, like squids, apes, foxes. plumbers. I wonder if they'll make a game about penguins. Do it, Nintendo. Make the penguin game.
He's just chilling. Hey, buddy. Do you know when the next Donkey Kong game is?
Well, we are in New York City, right? So we gotta get some pizza. You can't enjoy New York City without pizza. We found a good place close to the Nintendo store and had a delicious pie. Thin, crispy, and oh so good. I may be spoiled by New Jersey pizza, but it was scrumptious. Although I did have trouble cutting it.
I'm bad at cutting this. But it's all good. There you go.
Once we guzzled down our pizza, we finally made our way to the main event. Just kidding, we stopped at the Lego store. Okay, while it's not the Nintendo store, they do have some cool Lego products. And there are some Nintendo Legos on the second floor. They had the Animal Crossing Lego, the giant Bowser one. They even had these giant Mario and Luigi Lego displays that I guess were connected to Bluetooth. It was cool, and I'm surprised they weren't also in the Nintendo NYC a few blocks away. I was very tempted to get some stuff, especially Animal Crossing, but a lot of Lego stuff is expensive, and I wanted to save my money for the Nintendo goodies. So we said goodbye for now. I'll buy you one day. We eventually made our way to the most famous shopping districts in the entire city, Rockefeller Center. They were showing off the Olympics on a big screen, so we took a moment to sit down and see what our country's finest athletes were up to. It was surreal watching all this on a big screen in a public setting. Is this what going to a bar to watch the big game feels like? I still don't know. But that's enough stalling. It's time for the main event. No fake outs this time. Let's get off our butts and see what we're all here for. The Nintendo New York City Store. There it was, the Nintendo NYC Store. I was nerding out already seeing that beautiful red Nintendo sign and looking at the wonderful golden Mario statue. One of the mainstays, no matter how much the store changes its displays. It's like that golden Mario amiibo they sold years ago, only gigantic. I love it. One different thing is usually the displays for upcoming games. They had stuff advertising Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, a huge display showing Luigi with all the ghosts in the game, and also a lot of stuff involving Nintendo World Championships. Both of which we covered on the channel, by the way. Check them out, please. The store has 2 floors, with the first being dedicated mainly to Mario. Mario plushies, Mario toys, Mario shirts, Mario, and Luigi Mario. They also have a lot of Nintendo NYC exclusive merch. So if you want to let people know you were actually at the store, you can get some merch to prove it. I was there! The hat says so. There's an amiibo shelf with so many amiibo, a lot of which you can't find in regular stores. I'm sad that I didn't get a chance to expand my collection because I already owned every one that they had. But the main selling point is the games. Where are the games? We need to see some games. A lot of first-party games, some recent releases, and even some hard-to-find gems that I was having trouble finding at GameStop or Best Buy. They're not even super rare, but if you're looking for a game that might be out of print or slightly uncommon, there's a chance you'll find it here. One unique factor about Nintendo NYC is all the cool statues they have. The Bowser one looks really great and is one of my favorites. Is this how big Jack Black is in real life? There's also a Pikachu statue, Luigi statue, Mario statue on a flagpole. Please get down, Mario. And a Link statue too. They used to have the Tears of the Kingdom statue, but it looks like they switched it back to the classic Link one. I kinda miss it, but still cool though. Speaking of Zelda, the second floor is where they had merch for, well, everything else. There's a Zelda section with shirts and plush Koroks and hearts. There's a Kirby section filled with cute plushies based on Kirby and the Forgotten Land. A Pikmin section with Ochi plushies where the eyes just don't look quite right. There's a decent Splatoon section with plushies and even a Splatoon manga. The inner Pokemon Center isn't completely gone as there's a Pokemon section with tons of Pokemon merch, although I feel it's a lot less than what it was during the Pokemon Center days. There's so much stuff to buy, and a lot of it you won't find anywhere else. It truly is a Nintendo fan's paradise. But it's not just things for sale that they have. One of the most notable things they have is a display of every console Nintendo has ever made. The Switch, Wii, SNES, NES, even some really old consoles like the Game & Watch, and even the color TV game in Japan. It's a great museum, and I really appreciate how they honor Nintendo's history in gaming here. When I first went years ago, I'm talking like 2019, they had the Gulf of War Game Boy. A Game Boy that literally survived being blasted in Operation Desert Storm. Sadly, it was removed in 2023. Maybe it died out, maybe they moved it to the Nintendo Museum in Tokyo that's opening up this year. Who knows? God, there's still so much more to mention. How they have a giant projector on the screen. You know, the one they use for the Nintendo Directs in those reactions. How they have a talking Mario on a giant screen, even more plushies, an elevator, demo kiosks, even their own Lego section, where they had an NES Lego set that wasn't even in stock at the Lego store. I was truly in heaven seeing this store again. There's a great vibe with the employees and the energy all around. And every corner is filled with that Nintendo magic. Of course, my wallet hated me on this trip. I was gonna capture how much I spent on camera, but unfortunately something happened. My camera battery died. I had an extra battery, but by the time I replaced it, my visit to the Nintendo NYC Store was long gone. We wound up getting some food at the restaurant, and it wasn't long until I had to take the train home. It's always sad leaving the city. I could never live there, but it's always fun seeing something going on, and it's always nice to see the sights. Plus, my inner Nintendo fan loves always visiting that store. But hey, there's always next time, and you can bet that there will be a next time. So it's been a bit, and I went to New York, and of course, I bought a few things from the Nintendo store. I can't help myself. Including that is this giant bag. Okay, to be fair, the reason I have this giant bag was something I got for my friend Mooney. I got her one of those huge Piplup pillows. It was really cute, really adorable. You'll see it on screen right now. That was probably why they got me this big bag, because other than that, what's in here really doesn't warrant this bag. Let's take a look at what we got. Not Nintendo related, but I got this at the Central Park Zoo. It's a red panda. It's really cute. Not Nintendo, but it's cute. Although they should make a game with a red panda in it. There's probably a game with a red panda in it somewhere. 2 hats. I got the Nintendo NYC hat right here. It's red like the Nintendo logo. I figured I'd have to get some Nintendo NYC merch. And I also got the Dodo Airlines hat. Despite not being the biggest fan of New Horizons, I saw the hat and I had to get it. It's a great hat to have for travel. Probably wondering, what games did I get? Well, there's 2 games I got this time. It was pretty light on games. I did get a Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I never got a chance to play this, not even the Wii U version. Everyone tells me how cute and adorable it is, and I can't wait to finally try it. Maybe even make a video about it, who knows. And I got this one because I literally never see it in stores anymore, and I just had to get it. And that was Dragon Quest Builders 2. I hear wonderful things about it, and with the new Dragon Quest games coming out, I may want to take a look at it and see what Dragon Quest Builders is like. Or at least the second one. I couldn't find Dragon Quest Builders 1. That one's really hard to find a physical of, and I'm probably never going to find a physical of it in my lifetime. But that's okay. I got some gifts. This is for my script writer Woo. A Metroid Fusion shirt. He wanted something Metroid. I think that does the trick. I also got my thumbnail artist, this cute little Easter Pikachu. They didn't really have much of the Pokemon she likes, so I got her something pretty cute, and I hope she likes it. It's a Pikachu Easter plushie. They had those, I guess. Weird they had Easter stuff in July at the time, but you know what? It's pretty cute. We got Derpy Ochi. I love this guy's face. I saw him and immediately had to grab him. There was nothing else I could do. I had to grab this plushie. And I'll probably keep him around in my videos. Ochi is one of my favorite things about Pikmin 4, and I'm glad he exists. But yeah, that's all I got at Nintendo World NYC. Pretty light, only spent about close to $300, which is pretty, not the most I've spent at that store, I think. But when I go again, more money will be spent. That's not a good promise to make. This was a fun adventure. While I've been to New York before, I've never really done a vlog of it before. It was fun to document everything and, of course, have nice memories of the Nintendo store in a video. It wasn't my first time, and like I said, it certainly won't be my last, but this was a really exciting experience to travel the city, and I might make more videos like this when I visit New York City again. After all, even if it's not Nintendo, there's always a cool thing to see at the Big Apple. And why stop there? We could visit other places too. Maybe Super Nintendo World in California. Or Japan. It would be a dream to go to Japan. I probably would need to learn Japanese first. Plus, with the new museum Nintendo announced that will be out in October, it'll be a great reason to visit Japan. Although, it's gonna be quite a while before I'm able to, visit and make a video about it. But one can dream. But you came to watch me go into the Nintendo store, and I hope it was worth it. If you're a die-hard fan of Nintendo, or into video games at all, visit the Nintendo store in Rockefeller Plaza. It will truly level up your New York City trip. Now, will Nintendo make a game about penguins? Or about a sea lion first? I still vote penguins. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, leave a comment, and be sure to check out my other videos too. Special thanks to all the people who helped me out in the video. I couldn't have done it without all of you. Also, an extra special thank you to my Patreon patrons, including Mantle Ferox and Sabacom. If you'd like to join, the Patreon is in the description below, along with my Twitch and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good night.